Welcome back to Sleeper Sports Media, the Hardcore Sports Network, and WNBA action on this Sunday for the Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, this time in Chicago. So far, it is still 0-0. The Fever just hit a 3. As you can see, the game cast here on ESPN. This is the play-by-play for the Fever and Sky. Once again, I'm Nick Wietosh. I'm going to be doing the third one of these. Caitlin Clark nailed that 24-footer, and then Kennedy Carter went down and got a jump shot and get the okay. So it is man. Everything is the game cast is trying to catch up. Indiana with the ball. Nalissa Smith over to believe that is Christy Wallace looking for Boston, gets Clark from the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. Clark for the another 3. I'm just now seeing the 3 on the ESPN broadcast. So game cast from ESPN is a little bit ahead. Thank you to the 18 people who are here. Daniel Barry Sports, what's going on? Always here as usual. 3-2 Indiana early in the first. To the 10 people on Twitter, thank you. Leave a comment. Get active in the chat. We great, super much appreciate it. Jonathan Taylor, how's it going? Don't know if you're on my channel or the network's channel. Make sure you subscribe to both. Go over to the Facebook page as well. Here we go. 8-5 Chicago right now. My goodness, 21 people already. Thank you, Jonathan Taylor. I appreciate that. Hopefully, both the network and my channel, along with the Facebook channels, the Twitters, everything should be down there in the description. Angel Reese just made a layup with the assist going to Lindsey Allen. As the game cast shows, 7:06 left in the first. I'm still seeing 6-5 with 7:28 left. So it looks like Chicago right now is going to. Okay, there's the bucket from Angel Reese. Clark with the ball. Guarded again by Mainbury. Going around. Looking for Smith. To Wallace. And the foul. That was a great play from Chicago there to get the 2. I'm seeing free throws from Mitchell right now. Shooting 2. Makes 1. 8-6 Indiana. They are talking about the Commissioner's Cup Championship this Tuesday, 8 p.m. on Prime Video, New York and Minnesota. Friday on Ion, Atlanta and Connecticut, 7:30. LA and Phoenix at 10. Sunday, ESPN, 1 and 3 p.m. Atlanta, New York, and then Indiana and Phoenix. $26 people so far watching. Thank you so much. The 3 on the Facebook page, get active. One on my channel, I believe that is Daniel Barry Sports. I do appreciate that. And 3 on the network. Thank you all for tuning into this Sunday WNBA action. Once again, should be another good game with the Fever and the Sky. Usually the other 2 matchups have been very good. They've been very close. Mainbury with the ball, going around. Over to Carter. Carter around to Cardosa. She loses it. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Driving in, and the foul on Lindsey Allen. the game cast shows, Clark makes one. The game cast is still a little bit ahead. Diamond the Shields is checked in for Mabry. Carter gets a rebound. Trying to do both. Call on So I'm just now seeing Clark at the free throw line for away from ball foul. Gets one shot and then the ball back to Indiana. So it's 8-8 with 6:15 left. I would just have game cast up as a part to show the score since they are a little bit ahead of us. Mitchell for three. No. Cardosa goes for the rebound but throws it out, and then Carter saves it, gives it back to Carter. Over to Allen. Up. No good. Angel Reese going at the attempt for the rebound. Doesn't get it. Christy Wallace. Jump shot. Good for two. 10-8 Indiana. This is bang, bang, back and forth. Exactly what you would expect. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight. No two better words in sports than Game 7. One tonight, ESPN Plus and ABC, 8 o'clock. Carter with 4 to shoot. 2. Angel Reese puts it up, gets it. Smith to Clark. Just over 5 minutes left in the first. (13-10) Indiana up. And as Gamecast is showing, I believe Chicago. There's an official timeout. It looks like kick ball maybe. Didn't go backcourt. Reese with the ball. Up and the foul on Smith. You're over the play-by-play, by the way. Thank you. Thanks, Mitch. I wanted to change it around just because Gamecast is showing that Gamecast is always a little bit ahead. Thank you. I appreciate that. 4:40 left in the first. 13-10. Indiana is up over the Sky. This is going to be another close one, another good game. Hopefully, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark both show up and show out. Waiting on the commercial to go back. Trying to pull up some stats. Mitch says, "What's up, Jonathan Taylor?" Yeah, that one's a little. It's always funny whenever accounts like that jump in. We've had Roman Reigns jump in before on a wrestling one. Other big time names like that jump in as well. 4:40 left. Fever 13, Sky 10. So far, Caitlin Clark 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 of 2 for 3. Angel Reese 4 points, 2 of 2 for the field with 2 rebounds. Kennedy Carter also with 4 for Chicago. Christy Wallace with 2. Mitchell with 2. And Smith with 2 for Indiana. Thank you, Wes. How's it going? Ready. I was been waiting all day for this. Funny enough, just got a new monitor from a buddy of mine for a late graduation gift. So everything is looking real nice with the new monitor, and I'm very excited. Hopefully, another play-by-play for the Indiana Fever that I do against the Chicago Sky will be good and get them another win. Caitlin Clark on 0 to 1 days rest, 13.8, 2+ days rest, 19.7. Leah Boston, her last 4 games, 19.5 points per game, 11.3 rebounds per game, and a field goal percentage of 68%. So good. The big three for Indiana, they got to get something going as they have lately. 4 double doubles in the last 5 games. She had 1 in her first 12. This for Leah Boston. That is huge for Indiana if they can get her going along with Caitlin going, and then figure out a way to get a good pace of just the way they play together, along with the other starting 3. Reese at the line, misses the 1. Do not forget to vote for the All-Star game. Going to once again do that right now. Leah Boston for 2, 15-11. Indiana over Chicago with 4:20 left in the first. Live at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. Allen, no, misses for 3. Cardoso with the rebound, puts it up, gets the 2. 15-13 with 4 minutes left. Clark met at half court by Allen. Over to Boston. Working Cardoso gets called for gets a foul, goes to the line. 3:49 left in the first. Boston did miss both of those free throws. I'm doing my voting for the WNBA All-Star game coming up in about a month. So don't forget to go and vote and download your votes and send them to me. Tweet them at me. Tweet them at the network, Coach Ed, or even Randy. The Shields with the big block. Reese loses it again. Christy Wallace with the ball. Clark is calling for it. There's a steal from Chicago, or attempted steal from Chicago, goes out of bounds. 15-15 with 3:06 left in the first. Whereas Game Cash shows 2:43 left in the first. Foul on to Shields to Clark. Going to the line. Clark misses the first one. The Shields for 3. There is a 18-16 Chicago lead over to Samuelson, to Boston. Clark going around, double teamed, back to Boston, to Wallace. Gets the 2. We are tied yet again. 18-18, 2:10 left in the first. To Reese. Double dribble called on Angel Reese, guarded by Samuelson. She smiles it off, doesn't have that look of how was that called on me, like she did the last time these two teams met in Indiana just last week, which that game did break big time viewership records for the W. The highest viewed game in 23 seasons, 2.25 million average views. Hopefully, this one is going to break that one, along with the right team coming out with the win here. 21-18 Indiana, or 21-19 as Gamecast shows it. After that 3, Reese over to Carter. Carter going in. Puts it up. Does not get it, but draws the foul. Foul called on Mitchell. Carter going to the line. Her last 2 games, 18 and 19 points against Indiana and Dallas. Makes the first one, 21-19. They're talking about the voting for the All-Star game. You can vote daily. Carter makes both. 21-20, a minute and 25 left in the first. Clark coming up with the ball. Smith over to Mitchell, to Wallace, or to Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell for 3. 24-20. Kelsey Mitchell with 10 points already. There's a 3 from Carter. Smith to Wallace, to Smith, to Mitchell. Doesn't get it. Reese to Carter. 45 seconds left in the first. Samuelson gets called for a foul. Makes both. 25-24 Chicago lead. Shields is on Clark pretty good. Wheeler to Smith. Smith is on guarded by Reese, and the turnover. Carter to Shields. To Shields. 12 seconds. Puts it up. Gets it to go. 9.9. 27-24. Clark to Smith. Puts it up. gets it. 5.1, 27-26. Carter. Carter attempted to pass to Angel Reese, and Samuelson was once again called with the foul with 0.9 seconds left in the first. That was a crazy final 15 seconds of the first quarter here in the Sunday WNBA action. Sunday Night Baseball tonight, New York Mets and Chicago at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Shortly after this one ends. Reese at the line by herself. Misses. Some confusion going on right now. Apparently, they've called a delay of game, even though the game was stopped. Reese immediately said she gets 2 shots. The refs there are trying to figure out what to do. You saw Christy Sides yelling at her team to get the rebound. Reese back at the line for her second shot. Apparently, Indiana was given a warning for a delay of game. Reese at the line with everyone else around. There was a delay of game called and not a technical foul, and that will be it for the first. 28-26 Chicago over Indiana. Clark with 8 points, Reese with 6 points, Caitlin 2 of 4 from the field, and Reese 2 of 2. We see Holly Rowe with Caitlin Clark. Clark pointing out that Chicago's doing really well with the transition defense, and it's showing. It's very interesting that they do in the middle of the game interviews at the end of the quarters. Pull up some stats now for these two teams. Look at the upcoming schedule. So as I said, Commissioner's Cup Finals championship game is coming up very soon. We're about a month away from the All-Star game, so get the votes in. Help these young rookies shine in Phoenix. Other games right now, we got Coach Ed's New York Liberty up over the Atlanta Dream 80-57, live in the Gateway Center Arena, College Park, Atlanta, Georgia. 9:27 left in the fourth. That is on League Pass. The Dallas Mystics are down by 6 to the Dallas Wings are down by 6 to the Mystics with 2:01 left in the third, 67-61. That is also on League Pass. And just under a minute in the third, Connecticut Sun and Seattle Storm. The Storm are up over the Sun 53-46. And then as we just saw our game here right now, going into the second quarter on ESPN, 28-26, Chicago is leading. The Commissioner's Cup Championship from the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York. Liberty and the Lynx at 8 p.m. on Prime Video. Then Thursday, no action again until Thursday, starting at 1 o'clock, Minnesota and Dallas. Then we have Connecticut and Washington. We have Las Vegas and Chicago on Prime Video. And then at 10 o'clock, Indiana and Seattle at 10. Again, out in Seattle on Prime Video. Friday, the Atlanta Dream and Connecticut Sun on Ion and League Pass, 7:30. Sparks and Mercury, Ion League Pass at 10 p.m. Saturday, the 29th, same day as UFC 303, which I will be doing a watch along for that with Hunter from Apples and Grapes Media live on the Hardcore Sports Network and our two channels as well. Saturday, WNBA action starts at 2. Vegas Aces and Washington Mystics from the Entertainment and Sports Arena in DC. Then you have 9 o'clock Dallas and Seattle in Seattle. Sunday, Atlanta Dream and the Liberty at 1. 3 o'clock Minnesota and Chicago. ESPN 3 and League Pass. The Atlanta New York game at 1 is on ESPN. Then again on ESPN at 3, you have Indiana and Phoenix. I could possibly get a play-by-play scheduled for that because that would be over way before Forbidden Door would start. Christy Sides calling for her team to get some paint touches as they talk to her in the middle of this game. Just underway in the second quarter. Smith to Mitchell. Mitchell up, gets it. 30-28 Chicago. To Shields. To Reese. To Harrison. That was Harrison, sorry. To Shields goes up, is short. Samuelson for 3, gets it. 31-30 Indiana. Mabry for 3, misses. Smith with the rebound over to Clark. To Mitchell. There is a foul. Dishes out to Smith for the practice 3. That was good. Wheeler going. Evans was called for the foul. Smith. Back to Wheeler. Over to Clark. To Mitchell. Called out of bounds on Smith. Chicago gets the ball. It looks like Lexi Hall has entered the game for Kelsey Mitchell. The Shields down. Mabry. And another foul called on Wheeler. That is going to lead to the sub in for Lexi Hall. 31-30, 7:32 in the second. My broadcast on ESPN is showing 8:10. So once again, the game cast is a little bit ahead. Mabry with the ball. Going around, double team there. Over to Harrison for the 3. Too strong. To Smith, rebound over to Caitlin. Caitlin going right up and in. No good. Angel Reese, I believe that was Reese, tried to grab it and was out of bounds. Stays with Indiana. Aaliyah Boston is back in the game. Clark to Smith. To Wheeler. To Clark. To Smith. Easy layup. Diamond to Shields there. Hit the floor. Don't know what that was from. 7:25 in the second. Mabry double teamed. Long 3. Good from the corner. 33-33 once again. Tied. 7-10 Indiana Fever. 5-9 Chicago Sky. 8 and 9th overall in the W. Aaliyah Boston with the layup. 35-33. Caitlin Clark is 4 of 6 now from the field. Mabry into Harrison. Spins around, no good. Caitlin Clark with the rebound. Clark into Boston and loses the ball. Foul called on the Shields. That's her second. Yeah, that was a brilliant pass from Clark to Boston. Those two are gonna have to get on a roll. Caitlin Clark has 32 assists, to Aaliyah Boston, and from everyone else, the rest of the team, to Aaliyah Boston has 24 on the season. That's great from your big two, and then add in there with Kelsey Mitchell. It is 39-33, a 13-3 Indiana run in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. There's Carter with the score for the Sky, 39-35. Carter is fouled by Wheeler as we go to a timeout. Be right back with the action. It's the first time these two teams have met in Chicago this year. I'm not sure if these two teams will play again. I would assume so, given that they are neck and neck with in the same conference. I would love to see them play each other, end up playing each other in the playoffs. I don't believe. Yeah, so August 30th will be the next time these two teams play in Chicago once again. That is at 7:30. Looks like it's on Ion, and then looking to see if they play again. Looks like they have a cup coming up later in the season. We got a couple of matchups with the Aces, so that'll be fun to see Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin battle it out again. And then more matchups with Dallas, Washington, Atlanta, Minnesota. So the rest of their schedule should be fairly decent and way better than what their big start of the season was for the Fever. And of course, we have the All-Star game coming up. We have the Olympic break coming up, so they will get a lot of time to rest as they definitely need that. Indiana has 13 assists on their 15 made field goal attempts so far tonight. Reese, guarded by Smith, gets the block. 39-35, 5:25 left here before the half. And the Mystics are up by 10 over the Wings, 79-69. Dallas is currently on a 10-game losing streak, so they definitely are going to want to bounce back from that. Wheeler gets the rebound. Going in. Over to Hull. Misses the three. Wide open. Got to knock those down. Mabry to Cardoso. The double team over to Carter. Puts it up. Gets it to go. Hits the floor again. 39-37. Clark has the ball. 4:44 left and counting. Kennedy Carter, 15 points, 6 of 6 from the field. Picks up Clark. Over to Boston, guarded by Cardoso. And here's Smith. Airmails the three right to Cardoso. Go to Harrison to Mainbury. Back into Harrison. At Lindsey out. Back into Allen. 39-39. Tied once again with 4:19 left in the second quarter. There's that transition defense to offense that Caitlin Clark talked about at the end of the first. They are just cooking them on right now. Once again, the Indiana Fever, 7-10 right now, back on the road. Third matchup of the year against the Chicago Sky. You have today's game, third time this season, first time at the Wintrust Arena. Then you of course, also have Indiana being on its 4-game win streak. It's first since August of 2015. 2-0 against the Sky this season. The Fever and Sky, of course, met last week where the Fever did win at home 91-83. In the team's first meeting, they won by 1 point. Of course, that was the famous Carter and Clark game. Both teams coming into this game after wins on Friday. The Fever defeating the Atlanta 91-79 at the State Farm Arena, which the videos of that game were absolutely incredible, considering the Dream usually play in an arena that holds 3,500 people, and you had a complete, just massive sea of people there to see some WNBA action. Chicago also got a win against Dallas, who, as I said, they are on a 10-game losing streak. This was at home. This ended Chicago's 4-game losing streak. The top scorers right now for Indiana and their win over the Dream were Melissa Smith, who had 21, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark with 18 and 16 points. Aaliyah Boston and Samuelson had 10 each. And as a team, Indiana outscored the Dream in the paint 48-26 and had a season high of 24 assists. On Friday, Caitlin Clark set some history yet again, becoming the fastest rookie in WNBA history to record at least 250 points and at least 100 assists in 17 games. If Clark scores 24 today and gets 8 rebounds against the Sky, she will become the fastest rookie in WNBA history to record at least 300 points, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists in 18 games played. This passes Shannon Johnson, who achieved this feat in 22 games. Chicago and their side, their win against Dallas, Mabry and Carter both had 19. Data Evans had 12. Angel Reese had a career high of 18. 18 rebounds and 16 points in the win. The Sky outscored the Wings in the paint 48-22. And on fast break points 14-11, bench points 18-13. And Reese had one hell of a performance on Thursday, which marked her seventh consecutive double-double. This is the longest double-double streak by a rookie in WNBA history. During the last meeting, 6 Fever players shot from 50% or better from the floor, scored 4. 4 scored in double figures. Clark posted a game high 23 points, 7 of 11 shooting. Clark also tied a career high of 9 assists, grabbed 8 rebounds against Chicago. Mitchell and Smith followed suit with 17 and 15. Those two combined for 11 rebounds, 4 assists. 5 Sky players were in double figures. Mabry, Carter with 22 and 18. Reese got another double-double with 13 and 11. And Cardoso also added a 10-point, 10-rebound double-double of her own. Indiana outscored Chicago 50 to 44 in the paint, while the Sky scored more bench points, 20 to 17, and more fast break points, 17 to 12. That's some previewing of just where we are with this rivalry. Even though Caitlin Clark says we can all consider it a rivalry, they just consider it another game of basketball. 3:10 left in the second. We have 41-39 Chicago leading. To the 38 people watching, majority from my Twitter, thank you. I appreciate that. Just hit 1,100 on Twitter, so thank you again for that. We do have 2 watching on the network's page. We definitely appreciate that. Mitch, if you are still watching or if you see this, we do have 1 person watching on Twitch. That's kind of crazy. In fact, I'm going to text him right now because I know he probably just jumped in here for a minute. Let's see, where is he right now? Cannot believe we have one watching from the Twitch right now. And yes, we are. The Hardcore Sports Network is on Twitch, so if you are following us on there, keep at it. Watch more of our stuff from there. Anyone watching on the network's YouTube channel, thank you. The Facebook channel, thank you. My channel, my Facebook, thank you. The network's Twitter and my Twitter, thank you as well. 42-41, Indiana over 44-41 as Boston makes that layup. Cardoso gets the rebound. Angel Reese another rebound. As we are just under a minute going off of Gamecast. So I'm just now seeing Carter just missed that one. She was 6 for 6. Now she's 6 for 7 from the field. Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston. That seems to be working. Let's keep that up. Indiana, I love that. Love that connection. Love those two. Carter again. Misses. Reese with the rebound and the foul on Boston. So 44-41 with 51.7. (44-43) with 40 seconds left here in the second. I know the Gamecast says halftime already. There's a steal from Smith on the inbound. Looking to double up to Mitchell. Misses. Mabry with the rebound. 25. She's going to slow it down and hope to get a last second buzzer beater to go into halftime as we end the first half of this third matchup. 4 on the shot clock to Cardoso. Gets it. So 46-45, 3, 2, 1, and goes out of bounds with zero point 0.5 seconds left. As they inbound and then go to the half. 7 ties, 8 lead changes, and the largest lead was 6 by Indiana as they go into halftime 46-45 over the Sky. Some other news we have as of Friday in a newsletter from the W. Two-time Kia WNBA MVP, five-time WNBA All-Star, and two-time WNBA champion Asia Wilson of the Aces, and the number one overall draft pick Caitlin Clark of the Fever. They currently lead All-Star voting after the first round of fan returns for the All Star game in 2024. It's already been announced that it will be a sellout in the Footprint Center in Phoenix, home of the three-time WNBA champions, the Mercury. It will showcase the biggest, brightest stars under one roof Saturday, July 20th on ABC. It will start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I would assume we will probably be getting a watch along together for that. This is the league's 20th All Star Game event that will feature the WNBA's top talent this year, squaring off against one another with the WNBA All Stars. So Team WNBA, Team USA. Wilson, the current WNBA leader in scoring, 27.9 points per game, rebounds at 11.3 per game, leads all players with 217,773 votes. Clark, who ranks 16th in the league, scoring 16.3 points, third in assists, 6.2, and was named the Kia WNBA Rookie of the Month of May, is second with 216,427 votes. Wilson and Clark are also followed by 2023 Rookie of the Year Aaliyah Boston for the Fever with 171,864. The two-time MVP and five-time All-Star Breonna Stewart of the Liberty is right behind her with 151,984. And then the 2021 All-Star Game MVP and the current number 2 scorer, Arike Ojenbale for the Dallas Wings at 130,838. I'm very excited to see the All-Star Game for the first time. That was one thing whenever I was watching a lot of basketball, it was always one of my favorite times, mostly because the NBA All-Star Game used to always be on or around my birthday. That was a lot of fun. So it's interesting to see how they mix in the. Okay, so it is separated. Indicates player already named to USA Basketball. So again, Asia Wilson is on Team USA. So Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston are number one and number two for Team WNBA. So it looks like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Ojim Bale, and Angel Reese are the top four, and then you have Darika Hamby as the top five in the votes for Team WNBA. So that means that is interesting because that is going to show us Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the same team for even for an All Star setting. It's still going to be cool to see them on the same team. Thank you, Juju Jones, for the like on the Facebook page. Much appreciated. Still can't believe we got someone watching on the Twitch, but that is awesome. So again, I'm gonna look at the standings, go over that real quick. Connecticut once again at the top, 13-2, 8-2 in their last 10, 9-1 for the Liberty in the last 10. Minnesota on a 6-game winning streak to be 9-1 on their for their last 10. Seattle 7-3. This is all in their last 10. The Aces finally getting back to their winning ways on a 2-game winning streak, 5-5 in their last 10. Phoenix 5-5. Atlanta 4-6. Indiana turning things around big time, 6-4 of their last 10. 4-game winning streak. The final seed of if the playoffs started today, they would have the final seed with a record of 7-10. And then you have Chicago with a 3-7 in their last 10. They finally bounced back and got a win the other night on Friday. The Sparks have lost 6 straight, 2-8 in the last 10. They're almost as bad as Dallas. The Sparks, of course, losing Cam Brink, the number 2 overall pick, to a torn ACL, and then the Wings losing Maddie Segrest, the second year player from Villanova who just had surgery on a broken finger. She will miss up to 8 weeks. As ESPN coverage returns pretty soon. If there is someone watching on the network's Twitch, please get active and get active in the chat. It's pretty cool that we got one watching on Twitch. We don't usually get anyone on the Twitch, so that's pretty cool. But we are going to be right back at halftime for the final half of the third meeting with the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever. All right, guys, I'll be right back real quick. We're back waiting for second half action to start here for the matchup of the current day WNBA Larry Bird and Magic matchup, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. That's one thing I have noticed. The WNBA they get their first two quarters only 10 minutes each. They go by pretty quick, and then halftime is a drag. Um, big time, big time matchup for the third time this season. Just can't not have a good matchup whenever it comes to these two teams. Cardoso, Reese, Clark, everyone, all of them. The Aaliyah Boston in the mix as well, with that being top of the top five of the draft. Speaking of the draft, they are showing the WNBA draft is coming up. Two days, Wednesday and Thursday, both on ESPN. Wednesday at 8, Thursday at 4. Excited to see where Bronny goes. That's about the extent of my knowledge on what to look for in the draft for this year. Cannot believe that this is only can believe it actually that it's a 1 point game. Getting ready for tip off yet again for the second half action. Second half action of this wonderful game. Teaspoon saying they got to be better with the pick and roll. Back with the action here. That's a quick four. 48-46. We got the Sky in the lead. There's another one, 50-48. Just under a minute played already in the second half. Clark to Boston. Boston picked up by Cardoso. Tough D on there. Puts it up. Doesn't get it to go. Cardoso and Reese both going for the rebound. Over to Mainbury. To Cardoso. To Allen. Into Reese on Smith. Puts it up with a little spin. 52-46. Chicago. That's not what you want to see to come out and start a half with for the Fever. Not sure what we were what the Fever went into halftime thinking to come out and start like this, but they're gonna have to figure something out and figure it out quick. Uh, the Sky definitely came out ready to go. That does not look like the case right now for the Fever. Once again, another commercial. We are waiting on that action to return here to Chicago. They're doing a little Aflac halftime trivia question. Which WNBA All Star game had the highest attendance? I'm going to guess it's going to be this year, as they already announced that it is a sellout. So Clark with a deep three attempt, but is called for the offensive foul. 8:21 left in the third, as we get back to the action. I just want to see this one be close again, come down to the wire. I don't want to see. Obviously, I don't want to see Chicago win because I am a more of a Fever fan than I am a Chicago fan. But I want to see a good game, clean game, no drama, no drama played into between either anyone, Reese, Carter, Clark, Caitlin, no one. Um, Kelsey Mitchell with the 52-49, 7:50 left. The Mystics did beat the Wings 92-84. The Wings lose again. Other outside out of town scores. Seattle beat Connecticut 72-61. Alyssa Thomas with 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 steals. It was 2002 in the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. was the answer to the trivia question. As we go, Carter is at the line, nails one. Boston over to Clark. Clark for 3, nails it. 54-51, 7:17 left. Shout out to Carlisle and Central PA, my area. Chicago back with the ball. Reese over to Mabry. Mabry goes in, puts it up. No. Boston gets the rebound to Clark. Carter guards Clark. Clark going up and around. Passes to Boston. Goes up for the layup. 54-53, 6:49 left in the third. Caitlin with 11, 3 of 7 from the field, 8 assists. Boston with 10. Five to shoot for Carter. Going around, blocked by Smith. Carter goes to the floor hard, grabbing at her lower back. And Smith was called for the foul. That is her third. 6:27 left. Carter is still on the ground. Now finally making her way to get up. Yeah, I don't know why they had the camera right on her as she was thriving in pain. No one was really doing anything to help. Um, Not sure what that was about. That was production blunder on that one. Don't know why they didn't go to commercial sooner. Back to action really quick. That was quick. Hopefully Carter is okay. Showing the replay again. She just kind of landed. Nothing dirty about this one. It was basketball play. Wasn't anywhere near her head or neck. I think it was just the way she went to the ground and hit the floor. She goes right back to the line, 55-53 after Carter makes that one. Clark with the ball, deep three, very deep three, misses. Smith attempts to rebound, no good. Right to Mabry, over to Carter, to Reese, and stolen by Boston. Boston to Clark. Clark pass attempt deflected out of bounds from Chicago, so stays with Indiana on their side. Wallace to inbound, out to Clark. Screen by Boston. Pass over to Smith inside, puts it up, gets the layup. Good assist from Clark. 55-55, another tie here in this third matchup. As you can see, Gamecast is already showing 58-55 Indiana. Carter goes up, no. Reese tries, no. Rebound Clark. Clark going up. Over to Mitchell, to Wallace, to Boston, to Clark, to Wallace for three. That was so good. So good. Pat all playing a little game of around the world. Finding a wide open Kelsey Mitchell for three. She has 15, 3 of 6 from the field, and 3 of 6 from 3-point range as the Fever get the lead back with 4:50 left in the third quarter. Goes out of bounds, stays with Chicago. Mitchell for three, misses. Reese with that rebound gets another double double, so that is 8 straight for the rookie. Very strong case for Angel Reese to be up there at 1 and 2 with Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year. Ultimately, I think it's going to come down to those two, given the fact that Cameron Brink, the second overall pick, is now out with a torn ACL. Cardoso missed the whole month. Reese and Clark really are the only two that have been not only starting from day one, but have not. They've had on and off games, but they bounce back always. So it should come down to those two. I hope Kate Martin can throw her name into Sixth Woman of the Year, given that she has taken Vegas by storm and is slowly getting more and more playing time. Eventually, maybe we will see her start, which would be fantastic. Clark, inbound pass to Boston, gets the foul by Cardoso, just under 4 minutes. So former South Carolina Gamecock on South Carolina Gamecock. Um, Boston misses the first one. 58-55, just under 4 minutes. The Liberty 96, Atlanta 75. That went final. Boston makes her second one, 59-55. Cardoso into Evans. or Allen, excuse me, to Carter, into Cardoso. That was good passing by Chicago, moving it around. 59-57, 3:40 left. Smith, blocked by Cardoso. Another foul called. The crowd does not like that one. Stanton is now placed on the injured reserve list. Injured reserve list left Saturday's game with a hamstring. His 8th stint on the IL in the last 6 seasons. So the Yankees have acquired J.D. Davis from the Athletics. He's hit 4 home runs this season, 18 home runs for the Giants in 2023. Melissa Smith going to the line makes her first. Smith shooting her second. Makes the second one 61-57, 3:30, 3.5 left in the third. 13-3 run in the last 4, 10 and counting for Indiana. Reese over to back to Reese to Mainbury. Reese tries again. Cardoso with the rebound puts it back up. No. Boston with the rebound over to Caitlin. She's met right away with Hainbury. Clark with a fast pass to Boston, back to Clark, back to Boston, and gets the easy 2, 63-57. Clark also getting another double-double, 11 points, 11 assists. Mitchell, big 3, big time 3. Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, 18 points, 4 of 8, 3 for 3. The Indiana Fever now go up by 9. That is their largest lead with just under 2:15 left as the Shields goes to the floor. Boston inbound to Caitlin. 2:10 left and counting, 66-57 Indiana. Clark around into Boston, up and in for the 2, 68-57 Indiana. It's now 71-57 after that 3 and the 1. Kelsey Mitchell puts up the 3 and then gets the contact at the very, very end. going in for the 4-point play. Now at the line, 72-57. Indiana up. The crowd is now silent. Mabry, Harrison to the Shields, goes up. No good. The Shields is going to go to the line. 24-3 run from the field specifically for Indiana as the Shields makes the first 72-58, 117 in the third. The Shields makes the second, so 72-59 Indiana lead now, 115 and counting. Clark has the ball. Up to the top, pass over to Mitchell, to Wallace, then to Mitchell, into Boston, over to Wallace, to Samuelson, too strong for the three. Harrison with the rebound. Mainbury long pass to Angel Reese. Samuelson goes to the ground. Reese draws the contact and gets the bucket for an and one situation. 72-61, 51.9 left in the third. That was great play. That was great play from Angel Reese. Finally gets the finish. Strong on the finish there. Very good pass. Reese gets the lone free throw, 72-62, lead back up to 10, back down to 10. Angel with 13 points, 4 of 7 from the field, and 10 rebounds. Scotty Scheffler won the Players Championship for his 6th win of the season. We got Wheeler into Boston, back to Wheeler for the three, too strong. Harrison with the rebound. So Reese is not going to be able to get that one. Can't keep it under control. She's going to slip. Clark now has 3 fouls in the third quarter after not picking up any in the first. Eight straight double again. Like I said, for Angel Reese, no doubt that she has the talent to be at the one or two with the offensive the rookie of the year. No doubt it's going to come down to Caitlin Clark and her, along with those two being all stars in their first and their rookie season for here in the W. 72-64 as we are going to let that roll right into the fourth and final quarter of play. Probably Clark has the ball, looking for a screen from Samuelson. Clark around, going up, three. Boston puts it up, no good. That is it. That is the end of the third. Going to the fourth. 7-0 run for Chicago to finish the third as we go to the fourth and the final quarter of action here on this Sunday. WNBA matchup on ESPN for the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese said she's doing whatever it takes to help her team get back in this, defense to offense, offense to defense. She said putting her body on the floor, if that's what it takes, that's what she'll do. She's watched film and has been struggling with that transition, for her, and she is trying to perfect it. You are definitely doing that, Angel. Solid game from both of the rookies on these two teams. Solid game so far. I think this one is going to come down to the final shot. The way that it's been going, the way that now the momentum is swinging back to Chicago. So unless Indiana can get that to stop now, um, it's going to be they're going to have to seriously not let Chicago get back ahead, and do what they can to keep this one close, to the point where they can start to then just let it run away from them and close this one out. Final 10 minutes of action should be good as we close out the Sunday slate for WNBA. Back to the fourth. Clark with a big three, lands it 75-64. That's just what you want to see from Clark, who is now up to 14 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from three, and 13 assists. Harrison over to Evans. Clark with the rebound and pass right back to 14 turnovers for Chicago, 6 for Indiana, and then the same for points off turnovers, 14 points off turnovers for Indiana, and 6 points off turnovers for Chicago. Samuelson with the three, no good. Mainbury gets the rebound, takes it up. 8:45 left. Foul called against Wheeler on Harrison. The Shields nails a 3, 75-67 with 8.5 left. Wheeler goes to the line for 2 with 8:22 left, 75-67. Nails both at the line, 77-67, lead back up to 10 for the Fever. Clark gets the steal there off the high pass from Chicago back into Boston. Goes back around over to Samuelson, looking for, puts it up. No, in and out. Oh. Samuelson gets called for the foul, throws the ball behind her, and it hits Mainbury, who does not like that at all, as Harrison is shaken up from the foul and the contact. And they're going to call Samuelson for the tech, I believe. Yeah, tech on her. Samuelson. So back to 9, 7:50 left. Cardoso into Evans, I believe. Boston called from the away from the ball foul. They called it for Samuelson. She leaves the game. Smith back in the game. Cardoso stays with that pivot over to Mainbury for the deep 3. Misses, and a shot clock violation on Chicago. So Gamecast is showing about 30-ish seconds ahead. 80-70. Indiana is up. 6:39 left in the fourth. Smith into Clark. Over to Smith. Back to Mitchell. Clark with another big 3. 80-68 with 7 left. Gamecast, of course, is now showing 30-ish seconds. 17 for Caitlin, 5 of 8 for 3, and 13 assists still. Allen puts it up, can't finish, gets Cardoso, does put it right back up. Clark going in, stopping Boston to Smith. Puts it up and gets it. I thought there was contact there by Reese. No call. 82-70, 6:34 left in the fourth. Smith now has 12, 5 of 7 from the field, and 4 rebounds. Puts it up from Angel Reese and gets the and 1 call. Contact there called on Smith. Reese going shooting one. Nails it. 82-73, 6:24 left. Clark, of course, picked up right there on the inbound. Over to Smith. To Mitchell. And the turnover there to Mainbury. To Angel. To Carter. And deflected by Boston to Cardoso. Back to Carter. She misses. Boston gets the rebound. Fumbles it away. Clark picks it up, and they're going to reset with 5:55 left in the fourth. 82-73. Wallace with the ball. To Mitchell. Oh, that's Wheeler. Sorry. Mainbury with the ball. Clark with the push or two on Angel Reese. Allen puts it up and gets the and one. 82-75 with Allen going to the line. Showing Chance the Rapper there. We'll be right back with the action for the WNBA on ESPN, on the Hardcore Sports Network, and on Sleeper Sports Media. Nick Witosh here with this play-by-play, and it's going to, of course, come down to the wire, as most of these games have done so. Getting back to the action on ESPN for this game, just a back and forth between the best two young players out there in the game today. The headliners of this draft class, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Cardoso, of course, can have a case for that, as well as Cameron Brink, given the fact that those two have dealt with injuries. Cardoso missing the first month of the season, and now Cameron Brink is out with the torn ACL. Allen misses the second one, rebounded by Smith to Clark, 82-75 with 5:20 left. Clark to Boston. Wallace is called for a push-off. Carter into Reese, puts it up, gets it to go. 5 minutes left, 82-77. The Fever were of course, up by 15 at one point in the third. Angel Reese just hit 20 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 11 rebounds. Clark with the ball over to Mitchell, going around to Smith, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound Chicago. Mainbury with the ball. 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 15. No good. Smith with the rebound to Mitchell. That was their chance to make it a one possession game. Clark holding it. Boston attempt to pass to Boston with another turnover. Carter going in, gets it. 82-79, 3:55 and counting. They show Chance the Rapper again. Clark is picked up there again. 9-0 run Chicago with for the last 3 minutes. Do not want to see them give this one away. Clark with a deep three misses, but a timeout is called right before that. 3:43 left, 82-79. Indiana still up in this one by the skin of their teeth. The boomstick edits. What's my favorite color? I would say green. Green, red, or even pink. Thank you for the comment. Be sure to sub to the network, the Hardcore Sports Network, their YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Sleeper Sports Media, both Facebook pages, all the Twitters, everything down in the description. Thank you for your comment and tuning in for the final couple of minutes of this WNBA Sunday action. Christy Sides is not happy with the effort here we are seeing from her squad as they are trying to just close this one out and get out of here with the win. Also, Mitch, if you are still watching or watch this back or see this at any point, we got 11 watching from the network's Facebook page. That is awesome. Can't wait to check those numbers and see how we did on the Facebook side of things. Clark with the ball over to Mitchell to Boston. 6-5 to shoot. Boston looking for someone to Mitchell, puts it up. No. Reese with the rebound. Mitchell just could not finish. Carter around to Reese, blocked by Boston. Pass out to Allen, puts it up. No. Reese, another rebound, puts it up, gets the bucket and one. 82-81 with Reese going to the line for a chance to tie it. .312 left in this one. .22-15 for Reese, who is at the line chirping right now. Chirping at Alyssa Smith. Chirping back, of course. So she's going to make it, as we see on Gamecast. It's 82-82, 2:52 left in the fourth. They reset. She goes back to the line. Man, oh man. Tied once again. Clark met right away. 12-0 run Chicago in the last 3.5 minutes. Clark looking for any room, not getting it. Carter on her. Boston on Cardoso. Before the travel was cut there, I guess she did kind of walk. There was a foul called right before that. Chicago is in the bonus. Clark into Boston. Mitchell goes in, puts it up, gets it to go. Shout out to the 60 people watching right now as we close this one out. Kelsey Mitchell now with 24 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3. And Carter goes up and gets it to go. 84-84, 2:25 left. Of course, on Gamecast now, I see that it is 84-84 with the 150. Clark for the three, misses no. Smith can't get the rebound. Angel Reese, rebound, tip into Carter. Carter over to Allen, I believe. Back to Carter, to Mabry. Puts it up. No, in and out. Smith with the rebound over to Clark. 1:53 left. Still tied. First foul in the final 2 minutes goes to Carter. Inbound from Indiana into Boston. Back to Wallace. Contact there, some contact there. Over to Clark. 7 to shoot. Clark to Smith. Smith going up. Shot. No. And a shot clock violation with 1:35 left on the Fever. Smith now chirping away just as Angel Reese was doing a minute ago. See Gamecast 107. Sky just calling a timeout. Still 84-84. I knew this one was going to come down right to the wire. Fever with another rebound. Clark coming up, looking for Wallace. The three, no, can't get it. Goes out of bounds, and it will stay here with Indiana. 1:16 left. I know GameCast is showing just a little bit ahead still. So both Indiana now in the bonus as well. Wallace with the ball, 8 to shoot. Mitchell passed to Boston, which then was tipped to Mitchell, and she couldn't come up with it. Goes out of bounds. Chicago is going to call the timeout, and now we are caught back up with GameCast. Everyone better buckle up because this is gonna get crazy. Final 67 seconds left in this matchup. Yeah, this is definitely one of Angel Reese's best games, if not her best game so far tonight. Shout out to the 67 people watching as we close this one out. 53.2 left in the fourth. Sky go up by 2. Allen into Reese. I believe that's where she's going to score. Puts it up. Yep. Timeout, Indiana, as Chicago goes back up by 2 with 53.2 left here in the final quarter. At this point, if we get overtime, I would be thrilled. I just do not want to see the Sky take this one. Angel Reese with 25 points. First rookie with 25 points, 15 rebounds since 2018, and Asia Wilson. That is great company to be a part of. Boston into Mitchell, over to Smith, trying, can't get it. Cardoso, rebound and a foul on Aaliyah Boston. Yeah, that was not very. That was not the play you want to draw up coming out of a timeout. Um, Boston wanted the jump, but the foul was called on her. Cardoso goes to the line. Cardoso's at 15 points, 7 of 9 from the field and 9 rebounds. She misses the first one. She makes the second one. 87-84, 43.4 left. And Clark is going up and around, pass into Boston, going around, back around again, puts it up, can't get it. Reese over to Carter, and Kate Clark with the foul on Carter with 27.8 left. And that's where we're at with Gamecast. And that, oh man, that that's tough. That is a close one, tough one to see this one go out. Carter misses the first one. Still has a chance to go up by 4, which she does. Makes the second one, and Indiana calls the timeout. That's where we are with Gamecast. Indiana has only scored 2 points in the last 6 minutes. Christine Grant goes Sky. Yeah, it might get this one. I will say that it was a great game. Another great game. You cannot. All 3 games so far have been absolutely fantastic. You nothing that I nothing negative to say about the Sky tonight. Angel Reese absolutely balling out. Best game of the season for her so far. Caitlin Clark, not bad at all. 17 points to Angel Reese's 25. 5 of 11 for Clark. 8 of 12 from the field for Reese. 5 rebounds for Clark. 16 for Reese. That's absolutely insane. And 13 assists for Clark and 1 assist for Reese. Got to be 1 and 2. 1 and 2 for the rookies this year. Again, Christine, thank you for the comments, the reaction as well. Don't know how it's funny unless you're just laughing at the Fever going on a 25-3 run, and now here we are down by 4 when it matters the most. Boston. Wow, that was a little weird. That was interesting. Boston was all alone, stand alone, didn't know what she wanted, nowhere to really go, no one to pass to, just kind of then turned and just took the shot at 3 and got it to go. 88-87 with 19.7 as Chicago takes their timeout. That is Aaliyah Boston's 5th three-pointer this season. So Lexi Hall is going to come into the game for an Alyssa Smith. Both teams with a reset timeout. That is it. It allows you to advance the ball and make a sub, but you cannot have a team huddle, as they were saying that is a new rule for this year. And Christy Wallace with 18.1 is going to have a personal take foul, so that is going to send Mabry to the line. She misses the first one. Samuelson then goes in for Lexi Hall. Erica Wheeler then goes out for Caitlin, and Mabry misses the second one. Clark gets the rebound defensively. 10.9, 7 seconds. Wallace misses the shot. Now I'm just calling it from Gamecast as I'm still behind. I think that's going to do it unless there is a foul. Mabry misses. I'm still at 18.3. I think that's it. That's going to be the final. So Mabry misses both. There was a loose ball. Clark gets it. She passes to Wallace, goes up, can't get it. It goes out of bounds. There's bodies everywhere. This is where it goes out. There's 7 seconds remaining here. I agree, Christine. Thank you again for joining us, for watching. Um, yep, probably could have been a jump ball there. Probably should have called the reset timeout to advance it, and then take it from there. Everything in that last sequence was very very rushed. Boston or Clark over to Boston, back to Boston, Clark back to Boston, misses too strong on that shot. Cardoso with the rebound in the final, 88-87. Once again, these two teams have a nail biter to the end. That was a great, great game. Uh, that was a fantastic. Oh. I'm glad I didn't just tune away. There was there's a review for a timing error. They are putting time back on, as you see on Gamecast. We got 1 second back onto the clock for a possible foul that was called. So point 0.5 was put back onto the clock. So Cardoso at the line, point 0.5 left. I don't know why Gamecast is showing a second. She misses that first one. So Gamecast is still showing 1 second on the clock there, but then it also shows that it's the end of the fourth, and that's it. So Cardoso missed the second one on purpose, and Indiana is trying to get the reset. Don't know if they're going to get it. Now there's point 0.2 left. Christy Sides is just screaming catch and shoot, catch and shoot. And I don't think that's gonna. There's no magic that is gonna show us anything different than what we are seeing on Gamecast. So I think that's gonna do it. No. Chicago will take that one. That is it. 7-11. Indiana falls to 7-11. Chicago goes to 6-9. They were both remain the same place in the rankings. standings, however you want to say it, eighth and ninth. Teaspoon and sides right there, sharing an embrace. Going through all the coaches' handshakes, whatnot. Will be fun to check out and see what they say in their press conferences after the game, as they head back to the locker rooms. And this one is over. And that is going to be that. Thank you for tuning in, watching the action here. The Sky take down the Fever, 88-87. I'm Nick Wietosh of Sleeper Sports Media of Hardcore Sports Network. We will catch you next time for the play-by-play of some WNBA action. Stay tuned to all the other great shows that we have coming out on the network, and I will see you next time.